Happy Tuesday. It is June 1st, 2021. Let's go ahead and look at our jobs for today. So first things first, we have our grammar spiral. This is going to be a job just for my group C folks. So my cohort C friends, this is going to be a job just for you. You are going to go ahead. You are going to go over to this first little section here, and your job is to just try and write as many exciting adjectives as you can. It gives you 12 spaces. Do you have to use all 12? Absolutely not. You do not have to use all 12. You are just trying to come up with as many as you can. All right, that is the goal, as many as you can. So this is going to be a personal best job. Then over in this section, you are going to go ahead, you are going to take these two words and combine them to make a compound word. So here we have the word butter and we have the word fly. We bring them together, we get butterfly, butterfly. And so that will be your compound word. So all you're going to do is you're going to, where it says type here, you are just going to type butterfly, and you're going to go down and you're going to do the same for each of these words. Then in this section below, your job is to combine the two sentences. So we have two sentences. Danny wants to play a computer game and Danny has too much homework. So I need to think of a way that I can combine these two sentences, so I can just make one sentence. So I would probably use my fanboys for and, nor, but, or, yet, so. So I would use that one of those words to help me combine the two sentences. So for example, Danny wants to play a computer game, but he has too much homework. And so I could go ahead and I can combine those two sentences by using a word like but to help me combine them and connect them together. Alrighty, then in this section down below, you are going to go ahead, you are going to take these underlined portions of these sentences and rewrite them as possessives. So for example, number one, the book that John owned was in his backpack. So if it's a book that belongs to John, I can just take that and instead of saying the book that John owned, I could say John's apostrophe S book, right? And then I would complete the sentence. John's book was in his backpack, and I would type out that whole thing. And so your job, again, is to rewrite the sentences, but instead of saying the book that John owned, you're going to say John's book. Alrighty, and that is going to be it for your grammar spiral. Then my group C, you also have your journal. Groups A and B, we did this in class, so no worries, no need to worry about this. But for my group C, you are going to go ahead, you are going to write a top 10 list of the most important things you learned this year. Then you're going to justify your number one pick with 5 to 6 sentences. All right, and so when you're thinking of your top 10 list, please keep in mind it doesn't have to be things that are specific to third grade. You can talk about how you've learned typing skills, and that's a really important skill. Maybe you can talk about how you've learned how to insert photos into Google Slides. Maybe it's how to use Zoom. So we've learned a lot of new skills this year, and so you're going to come up with a top 10 list of the most important things that you learned this year, and then justify your number one pick with 5 to 6 sentences. Sentence frames and starters are provided on the right as always. You do not need to use them, but they are there if you would like. Then this is a job for all of my friends. We are going to be going ahead. We are going to be writing letters to future third graders. So students who are going to be in my class next year, we are going to be writing them letters to kind of help them out and set them up for success. And so First things first, you are going to see that you have 4 different categories. What you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to come up with ideas for each of these different sections. So you're going to come up with ideas that talk about the best parts of 3rd grade, the hardest parts of 3rd grade, tips for being successful in 3rd grade, and advice for having Miss Walsh, me, as a teacher. And so you are going to go ahead, you are going to fill out each of these categories. There needs to be writing in each section. And if you are going to move on from one bullet point, so for example, if it's best parts of 3rd grade, I can go ahead and write multiplication because I love multiplication. And then I press the enter key and it will pull up a new bullet point. So then I can write my next idea. Again, these are just notes. It's a brainstorm, so it does not need to be complete sentences, okay? So you're just writing your ideas right now, and then we'll think about complete sentences later, okay? So again, best parts of 3rd grade, the hardest parts of 3rd grade, tips for being successful in 3rd grade. So how will they do well in 3rd grade? What are your tips for them to do well? And as well as advice for having Miss Walsh as a teacher. What do they need to know to be successful in Miss Walsh's class? Does Miss Walsh get a little cranky here and there? What do they need to know about Miss Walsh in order to be successful? Okay, so that is going to be our job for today. Then you're going to see you have your end of year snapshots. So group C, you have this in your materials pickup bag, and by groups A and B, you received this in class today. And so your job is to go ahead, you are going to insert the pictures of your completed pages onto these slides. So on this blue slide, you're going to insert a picture of your cover page. On this red slide, you're going to insert a picture of your A Little Bit About Me page. And on this orange slide, you're going to insert a picture of your All About My Friends page. As you can see, I am asking that you make sure your coloring is personal best. If it is not personal best and you do not feel proud of it, then should you be turning it in? Probably not. So make sure that it is your personal best. In case you are confused, you're saying, Miss Walsh, I cannot remember what is the end of your snapshots. Here is a digital version just for reference. So you can see it says end of your snapshots. So this is going to be your cover page that needs to be done today. Your little bit about me that needs to be done today. And your All About My Friends page that needs to be done today as well. All right. And again, you were trained personal best efforts with coloring. I don't want to see a bunch of white. I want to see some color and I want to see some effort. Okay. So that is what you're going to be doing for this job for today. Please do not go ahead and complete other pages. Please just complete these 3 pages for today. Alrighty, then my group C, you will have your daily Zoom at 12:30 today. Please make sure you come on time. We have a virtual field trip that we need to wrap up, so please make sure you come. Then we will have optional office hours, 2:10 to 3:10. This is a may do, not a must do. Then you will have your D1 choice board. And for your D1 choice board, you have multiple options for today. Again, you please do not turn this in until Friday. I do not want this submitted until it is Friday because that is when it is due. You need to do a job each day of the week. And so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go through and I'm going to choose how would you design the classroom? Draw a design plan showing how you would rearrange the room. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take my X, I'm going to drag it over. I'm going to go to slide number 2. And I'm going to new design for D1. I'm going to put today's date. It is 6-1-21, and then I'm going to insert a picture of the new design plan that I made, and I'm going to put it right here in this box that is provided. Alrighty, and that is going to be it for your day today, D1. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye, D1.